Hey guys, what is going on location out here in Istanbul, Turkey once again? And today I'm going to be answering some of the questions that you guys sent me about my travels here in Turkey. Guys, I've had an absolute blast out here. Had a great time. Originally, I was only supposed to stay for 2 or 3 weeks. I ended up staying close to 3 months. Got to see some amazing places, meet some awesome people. I'm so happy I made it out here and stayed as long as I did. But unfortunately, it is time for me to go as my visa is almost up. So I asked you guys on Instagram to give me some questions that you were wondering about that have to do with my travels out here in Turkey. And so today I'm going to answer some of those. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, give this video a like. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Why did you travel to Turkey? This is something that I kind of answered in the Istanbul episode. I was a big fan of Orhan Pamuk. I always wanted to come to Istanbul, and I thought, what better time to get a first impression of the city and the country than the 100-year anniversary. So I had that marked on my calendar for about 4 or 5 months and came here just for that. As we passed one of the Istanbul signs here, I was asked what is my favorite area of Istanbul. When I came here, I had no idea about how big the city was and where to stay, so I ended up staying in Parlabasha for the first month, which was not great. But now I have a better idea, and my favorite neighborhood, when I come back, the place that I would like to stay is Katakoy. That place is awesome, right on the water. Got a lot of cool markets, cafes, places to go. Just a very cool atmosphere, so Katakoy. Someone asked, what was the most stressful thing that happened while you were making a video? I would honestly say that the most stressful thing was finding that garbage donkey in Mardin. So those donkeys are out there somewhere, and I would just be overjoyed to find one. They could be anywhere. So, I mean, I spent so much time looking for it that I kind of became obsessed with it, and I didn't find it the first day, and I only had maybe half a day to shoot my second day before I was going over to Urfa, and I just kept thinking, man, if I don't find this donkey, all that footage goes to waste. And then, you know, what do I make a video about me trying to find this garbage donkey and not finding it? So I got up really early, made sure I found it, salvaged the video, but I went to bed pretty stressed out about a donkey that night. Who is the first Turkish person you met? I'm taking this question as in my whole life, and that would be my friend Naz back when I was in film school. And a funny story about that is I remember we were getting coffee in the university cafe, and I specifically remember her complaining something about people thinking she rides camels to school. And I don't remember the context. I don't remember what I said or even thought. I just remember her saying that. And then when I got here, you know, I hear or see people in the comments saying, you know, make sure people know we don't ride camels. I didn't really even know that was a thing. But that memory came back after I saw some comments like that or people talking about it. So, I mean, look around. I haven't seen a single camel. I've been around the country now, so there you go. What was something that happened in Turkey that you didn't expect? And that's a pretty easy one. I'd say the whole November 10th experience, which includes actually what happened.
I knew what was going to happen. I knew traffic was going to stop and everybody was going to stop. But being right in the middle of it when it happened and you're just anticipating it, yeah, that was an experience, man.
The reaction to the video, which was crazy, I was thinking, oh, this might get, 5,000 views, and that really took off. That video got me in the Turkish news, which I was not expecting. And I guess just the amount that I learned, because it's one thing to understand Ataturk as a historical figure, but to actually get to experience how much he's loved and respected, that was something completely different. So that was something I didn't expect. What will you miss most about Turkey? Well, the views for one. Going around the country, I've just seen some of the most amazing scenery. I'm gonna miss that. The people, the hospitality, I mentioned that in the Antalya video. At the restaurant I was just at, which you're gonna see, I asked the waiter if you need a bus card for the bus. He wasn't sure. The waiter just gave me his card. Just was like, oh, here, take my Antalya card, just in case, just to make sure you can get to wherever you want to go to. Insane. And another thing, I don't know, maybe it's cliche, I will miss the cats. They just come and sit on your lap. They're welcome anywhere. And I'm a cat person, so I will miss that because it's not a very common thing, I think. The cats of Istanbul, and maybe people don't know, every city, super friendly. I miss that. One question asked me, what was a funny thing that happened while I was exploring the country? This actually happened during the shooting of the Izmir video, when I was in the park and I saw all those crazy birds flying around, coming from all over the place. Be careful, I don't want to get pooped on. But yeah, it's going crazy in there. What the heck is going on? Then later on, I found out that a bird did poop on me, but I didn't notice that at the time. Ruined my shirt, but what are you gonna do? Some people say that it's good luck, and I think it was good luck. I had a lot of good times in Izmir. What was your idea of Turkey before you arrived, and how has it changed? I was just mostly aware of Istanbul, of course, Ankara, and Cappadocia. I didn't really know about much else going on, and I am very happy that I ended up staying for almost 3 months because I got to see so much more of the country. I really hadn't thought about going to the coast, even though it's not really the best season. I did get to see it with a lot less tourists, And yeah, I realized just how big the country is, how much there is to see. A crazy amount of historical sites. And of course, before I came here, I knew about kebabs. But I just thought a kebab was a wrap. And now I know there are a ton of different types of kebabs, and I love them all. I thought this was a good one. Someone asked, what is your relationship with Turkish food? And I must say I did gain about 3 kilos throughout my trip here. Yeah, I loved the food. Everything that I ate was delicious. There wasn't any food that I just thought, pass. Everything was great. So that'll lead into another question, which is, what was your favorite Turkish food? There was a lot of thought. One that really stood out that I really liked was the Iskender kebab in Bursa. Really liked that. I had that a couple times. So I'm gonna go with that. But really, I couldn't really go wrong with anything, to be honest. Head up some stairs here. Do you have any regrets about your trip? Not really. I did a lot more and saw a lot more than I really expected to. The one place in the end that I didn't make it to that I wanted to was Kars. Just kind of a whole different area of Turkey, and I liked the book Snow by Orhan Pamuk, but it just didn't work out. Kind of ran out of time, and I only have, as I'm sure you've noticed, maybe 2 sweatshirts because I didn't expect to stay for very long. I thought it'd be somewhere much warmer, so I didn't want to head out that way. And while we're on the topic, the weather was a bit of a challenge. I spent about a month in Izmir as a home base and was kind of traveling to other places, but it was about 2 weeks where it was just raining everywhere. So I couldn't shoot in Izmir. Bursa, it was raining every day. Troy, I didn't make it to Troy, but you know, when I come back, there are plenty of cities I didn't make it to that I will check out. Someone asked, how did I get around from place to place? And the majority of the time I took the bus. I took one flight from Izmir to Mardin. I took a train once from Izmir city to Ephesus and back. And then the rest, I just was taking long bus rides, short bus rides. I really like the bus, especially here in Turkey, because they have an attendant who gives you snacks and drinks like it's a flight, which isn't common. That doesn't happen in the other countries I've been to and taken the bus. So I was very comfortable. My longest bus ride was from Urfa back to Izmir, which was 18 hours. But it wasn't a problem for me. I kind of enjoy looking out the window and reading a book. A question that came up quite a lot was, what is your favorite place in Turkey? I kind of hate this question. There were so many awesome and unique places all around the country. For example, Bodrum. I had no idea what Bodrum was until I got there, and it was just a spectacularly gorgeous city. Of course, Istanbul is pretty awesome. I'm actually going to say that it is between Izmir and Antalya, and I'm going to give the nod to Izmir just because I was there for a month, so I got to see quite a lot of it and get used to it. Antalya, amazing place. I was only there for a few days, So yeah, one of those two cities, I'm gonna say Izmir. I've got two more questions. One of them was, would you recommend Turkey to anyone? Already have a good friend of mine from Ireland. I knew him from China. He came out for New Year's to Istanbul, had a great time. He loved it, so I will continue recommending Turkey to a lot of other travelers I run into. And last question is, will I return? I will. I don't know when. I would like to return when the season is different so I can experience Turkey in the warmer weather. And there's also a lot of other cities that I still need to see, a lot of people to meet, a lot of foods to try, a lot to do. So yes, I do plan to be back here at some point, hopefully soon. And with that, I have got a flight to catch. I absolutely loved my time here. You guys have been great. All of you guys that I got to meet, just chat with, that gave me suggestions. I really appreciate it. Even if you just left a like or subscribe or just watched this far in this video. Thank you so much. Had such an awesome time here. Hope you guys stay tuned, watch some of the new videos and the new places. I always try to keep it interesting and fun. So thanks again, guys. I will see you in the next episode.